Welcome to Hawaii. This is from our hotel. Let me show you the view. All right, that was the beach view. Then as we're coming around, across over there, down on the ground, if I can show you, is where the zoo is. And then coming back up here, Diamond Head over there. For any of you that are adventurous, you can go and climb Diamond Head. That's not on my list of things to do.
Well, we may not have climbed Diamond Head, but we certainly crammed a whole lot into our few days. These are the videos that I've put up of our trip in Honolulu. You might like to go and have a look at them, but don't forget, I still have more on this adventure. This was only the first part of it. Let's have a listen what I thought of Hawaii in general.
So here we are sitting on my balcony of the Park Shore Hotel in Waikiki. This has been a great little 4 days that we've spent here. 4 days and 3 nights we've had here, and we've done some great stuff. We crammed as much as we possibly could into these couple of days.
Hopefully you've had some time to have a look at my videos on Hawaii. If not, go and have a look at them. But for now, let's have a listen to what I thought of the Park Shore Hotel. Okay, summing up the Park Shore Hotel. The first thing I want to say is there was a hairdryer, which is down underneath the cupboard there, and it was really quite good. I've dried my hair, and all I did was put the heat on it. If you've watched my keratin treatment, all I did was put the hairdryer on it and it's straight, so that's good. So then there is, in the bathroom, they have a curtain, not a screen. I don't really like the curtains. They make the floor wet. No matter how much you chuck it in like that, it still makes the floor wet, and I'd prefer if it had the screen anyway. I think it's cleaner. I don't know when they cleaned this curtain. The other thing is the floor in here, the tiles were really, really slippery. Each time you got in, you had to be very careful not to slip. The products I showed you before, they were lovely. They smelt really nice. And over here, as I said before, we had hand wash and lotion, and it was really nice too. Now, coming outside here, I want you to hear this noise. I'm not sure if you can hear it or not. The air conditioning is so noisy. In the quiet of night, all I could hear was that rattling. I tried, it seems to be a vent that's rattling. I tried to sort of tap on the vent to make sure that it wasn't noisy, but it definitely was noisy all night. We had to turn the air conditioner off. But all in all, especially looking out the window at this beautiful view, all in all, the Park Shore Hotel was really nice. It was quiet down this end of town. We had some buskers out last night, which was really lovely listening to them. They were just singing, and it's been a great stay here for 3 nights.
Okay, it's time to sum up Hawaii. So I've been here 4 days, 3 nights. I've had nothing but joy from all the people. They're so happy, and they come and try and help you as much as they can. And we've crammed a lot into these couple of days, like I said, and we got to see a lot. Oh, I was just nearly attacked by a bird. They mightn't be as friendly as the Hawaiian people. They are funny. They joke around. They're very much like Australian people. I felt really at home here. Now, the weather has been warm. I've just been in short sleeves the whole time. This is October, so I could just pack all of short sleeves. We didn't have, it rained one day, but it wasn't very cool. The food has been amazing. One night we just had McDonald's, but we tend to have McDonald's all over the world just to see what it's like. Different food in different places, although in Hawaii it seems very much like what we have in Australia. I ate at a little local pub that just up the street here. The food was beautiful, service was great. The tipping has been a bit confusing for us, but we've just tried really hard to show them our appreciation by giving a tip, trying to work out roughly what we think that is the appropriate tip to give them. And they've all been very happy with whatever you give them. We had a lot of fun at Kalua Ranch when we went there yesterday. You'll have to look at my other videos for those. There's a lot of fun photos in those. And I can't recommend coming to Hawaii enough. I think we'll definitely come back. We'll definitely spend more days here and experience some more of their culture. We found the transportation a little bit tricky. We feel like on our first day we were taken advantage of. Not knowing where we were going, we did express to the driver and our hotel concierge as well where we wanted to go, but they took us much further and it cost us a lot more money. But in the end, it was money that we didn't spend here because once the money's gone, it's gone. It just happened to go on a taxi ride. When we were stranded at one stage, there was no way of us contacting any sort of transportation, whether it be Uber, whether it was a taxi, or some sort of a shuttle. We were stranded in a spot where we couldn't get our phones to work, but many people travel without having any sort of phone coverage or internet. So if you would have been that person, you would have been in the same boat. We had to go into a shop. The first shop wasn't very helpful. They just sort of told us we'd have to call a taxi and they could give us a phone number, but we didn't have any means of contacting them, like no phone. We went into a second shop and a young man in there, he was really kind and called a taxi for us. But then we had a really long wait, having to get the taxi had to come from the city to where we were, which was 45 minutes out of town. It was a long way. Anyway, if you want to see more of that, I do have a separate video on that, and it might just help you not to follow the same steps as us. Like I say, all the other times there's taxis and things around, but it's really hard to like just walk up. There's no taxi rank that we could sort of see like we have in Australia, where you would just walk up to where the taxis wait for you. You pretty much have to call them and they'll come and get you. You have to walk for your pickups a lot of times, but that wasn't really a problem. Most of the time they'll make it fairly close to where you are. And that's mainly because the streets are really busy here. And some of the streets are one way as well. So they work it so that they can be efficient in getting around the city and picking up all the people. So just be really patient with that and remember you're not the only person they're picking up. Accessibility wise, most of the places we went to were flat, the roads are fine, the paths are fine. I think you would be able to get around fine whether you be in a wheelchair, have a walking stick, or have a walker. There were some people we saw, I think it was yesterday, and there was two of them that had a walking stick that they were obviously visually impaired. They were a white walking stick, looked very much like what we have in Australia, and they were managing to get around with a carer. You would choose where you go. When we went to the ranch yesterday, there was a gentleman there in a wheelchair, but you would have to be really careful at which tour you pick there because of being able to get up and in the trucks or the bus that they take you around. So if you're able to get out of your wheelchair, even just for a few steps up into a bus, there would be something there that you would be able to do. But other than that, I think you can get around Hawaii fine. Okay, so that's been my final sum up of Hawaii. We loved it. I'm sure we'll be back. We might bring the family next time. Okay, don't forget, underneath this video, give me a thumbs up. Then subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell. They will notify you when I put my next video up. The next part of my adventure will be our 18-night Royal Caribbean cruise, sailing from Hawaii through Papeete, Moorea, Raiatea, across to New Zealand, Auckland, Bay of Islands, and then home to Australia to start planning my next adventure. So don't forget, subscribe and come along with us.